Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to you wherever you are in the world. Welcome to my channel. My name is Meg and I'm a fully qualified yoga teacher, a beautician and a masseuse. And this is my YouTube channel where I talk a lot about yoga, tips and tricks and things that you guys can follow along from home, but also some health and wellness as well. So if that is something that you're interested in, go and hit the subscribe button, and it means that every time I post up onto my channel, you guys get a notification so you never miss a class with me. Today, I'm going to be doing a deep glute stretch video. So this is going to be really good if you've maybe been doing squats in the gym, maybe it's leg day. This is just going to hit all of your glute muscles and give them a really, really good deep stretch. It's going to be a quick video so you can easily put it in at the end of your leg routines, or if you're doing like a glute day or a leg day in the gym. This is easy to kind of put into your workouts. It is so important to stretch at the end of your workouts because it will help prevent injury and it will mean that you'll be able to push yourself further in the gym as well. So to do this stretch or to do this video, you don't really need anything. I always recommend people use a good quality mat onto a hard floor. The reason for this is a good quality mat will be grippy onto the floor so it won't slip out from underneath you as easily, and it will also support your joints properly. But if you don't have a mat, it's not the end of the world. If you're in a place or a situation where you don't have one to hand, it's better to stretch with no mat than to not stretch at all. And when you're ready, we will get started. We're going to start in a tabletop to take us into down dog. So your hands are underneath your shoulders with your knees underneath your hips. Let's flex the toes and take the bum back towards the heels. Keep the hands where they are. We're lifting the knees and lifting all the way up. If you need to take a bend into your knees and lift your heels here, you can, but think about pushing the floor and the mat away from you. Your chest is coming in towards your thighs. Let's bend into one knee and then the other here. So this is just going to stretch your hamstrings out a little bit. Get some movement into the legs. If you want a little bit more, you can always bend a knee and take it around, opening up through the hips before we come into our next stretch. Doing a few circles one way. This is just optional. If you're a bit shaky in your down dog, then maybe don't worry about doing this. Wherever you are, just really think about pushing the floor and the mat away from you. Lifting your tailbone up towards the sky, chest in towards the thighs. We're going to take this into a pigeon pose. So we're going to bring the right leg in towards the chin and the chest. Take the right knee behind the right hand, and if you can, swing the foot so it sits behind the left foot. If you can't do this from a down dog, come into your tabletop, so with your back knee down, and do the same thing. We're then shuffling your back knee behind, getting a good stretch into the front of your left hip. Square your hips forwards, square the chest forwards, and your hands are underneath your shoulders. Breathing here. So this is going to work on opening up through the hips. From here, we're going to start to shuffle this into more of your glute. So we're going to come down onto your forearms. If you've got a block and you'd like to place your forearms on a block here, you can. Take a few breaths here. You can melt all the way over the leg, all the way down if it feels comfortable. As long as you're feeling a good stretch into your glute, that's what we're looking for. So your pigeon pose, you should feel a stretch in your glute, into your lower back, possibly into the opposite hip as well. We'll take one more deep breath in. And as you breathe out, we're going to lift the hands or lift the head back up. We're going to walk the hands towards the foot and then melting over again. So again, if you want, you can melt all the way over the leg. Breathing here. And we'll take one more deep breath in. Come back up onto the hands, and then we're going to walk the hands over to the opposite side, so over towards the knee. And we'll do the same thing again, if you can, coming down onto the forearms. If not, just staying up onto the hands, but kind of twisting over towards that knee. Keep flexing through the front foot, so your right foot. Deep breath in. And exhale, we'll come back up onto the hands. Let's walk them back into the center. We're going to come back into our down dog from here. So let's flex the back toes, pick up the right leg and step it back and behind if you can. If not, just stepping it however it feels best for you. If down dog's feeling a bit much, come down onto the knees and take this into your tabletop. We're going to do the same thing, but on the opposite side this time. So this time we're bringing the left leg in towards the knee or the chin and the nose, and then taking the knee behind the left hand, swinging the foot so that your left foot is sitting behind your right hand, and then we're shuffling the hips back and behind, coming into your pigeon pose with the left leg in front, flexing through the left toes, keeping up nice and tall here, and breathe. You should feel a good stretch into the glute muscle, but also into your right hip as well. And we'll slowly bring the forearms down if you can, using a block if you feel like you need to. We're going to take this into a little bit more of a deeper stretch into the glute. Keep flexing through the left toes. Breathing here, opening up through the glute. We'll come up onto the hands, and we're going to walk the hands over towards the foot again. So the further round you walk, the deeper this stretch is going to be. And then again, maybe coming down onto the forearms, or maybe laying all the way over the foot. Just find what feels best for you and stay here. Again, we're looking for a good glute stretch here. So just moving and taking the body to where you feel the best stretch. Deep breath in. We'll come back up onto the hands. We're going to walk over towards the knee this time and melt over the knee. Deep breath in. And we'll take this back into the center. So either shuffling back into your down dog, or you can come back into your tabletop. We're lifting up the back knee and stepping back into perhaps your into your down dog. Lifting through the hands here, push the tailbone up towards the ceiling, bend into one knee. See if you can push the heel of the opposite leg down, and then swap over. Lifting the hips up high, lifting that tailbone up high, and then we'll take the knees down. We're going to come all the way down onto our backs from here. Coming into our figure four stretch. So we're going to lift up the right leg, flex the toes, and then take the outside of the right foot to the outside of the left thigh. Start by just pushing the right knee away from you. Just do a couple of bounces here. It just warms up into the hip a little bit more before you come into the stretch. We'll then let the knee sit where it feels comfortable and start to peel up the toes on the left hand side. So we're squeezing the knee in towards the chin and your chest. Use your stomach muscles here to really squeeze that knee in towards you. Maybe thread the hands through, placing them onto the thigh or maybe onto the shin here. Deep breath in as you squeeze that left knee in towards you. And as you exhale, use your muscles to push the right knee away from you. Keep flexing through the right foot. You should feel a deep stretch into your right glute here. Pushing the lower part of your back and your shoulder blades down in towards the mat. Let's let go of the left foot and we're going to slowly drop the hand or the right foot over towards the floor. So we're in a fallen figure 4 here. If this feels enough, you can stay here, or maybe you can start to push onto the right knee, bringing the knee up in towards the chest, getting a little bit more of a stretch here. Sometimes I find I have to walk the foot away a little bit more to get a bit more of a stretch. So this will shuffle it into your lower part of your back as well from here. And then we'll take it back into the center, back into your figure 4. And we'll swap the legs over. If you need to shuffle the knees from side to side here, you can do. And when you're ready, we'll swap over and do the same thing on the other side. So we're lifting the left foot this time, flexing through the toes, taking the outside of the left foot to the outside of the right thigh. And just take a second to bounce the knee here, opening up through the hip. Take that knee to where it feels comfortable. Keep flex through the left toes and we'll walk or we'll squeeze the tummy muscles and bring the right knee in towards you this time. Really use the core to squeeze the knee in towards the body. Once you reach your furthest point, then thread the hands through, placing them onto your thigh or onto your shin. Squeeze the knee here as you breathe in. We're squeezing the right knee in towards you. And as you exhale, use your muscles to push the left knee away from you. Push the shoulder blades down into the mat. Push the lower back down into the mat. Hello. Come back into your figure 4 if you've fallen out. Squeeze the right knee in towards you. Push the left knee away from you. Deep breath in. Exhale, we're going to drop the left foot over towards the floor nice and slowly. And maybe drop that right knee down as well. You can stay here if that feels enough. Or you can start to push onto that left knee to get a bit more of a stretch into your lower back and also into the glute. Luckily this is our last stretch for this class. We'll take a deep breath in and exhale. Let's bring everything back up. Come up into a seated position. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, even though we had a little visitor towards the end there. Please like and please subscribe if you haven't already. It means so much to me when you hit the subscribe button, when you support me and when you support this channel. I have so many exciting things coming, so I cannot wait to share it all with you. And the more support I get, the quicker I can bring all of this to you. So even if it's just watching these videos, liking, sharing, commenting, or sending a super thanks, it all makes a massive difference. So thank you so much, and I look forward to practicing with you all again soon. Thanks. Bye.